Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been following the Eagles this season, you know how crucial each game is, especially early in the year when the stakes are high and every little detail counts. But right now, all eyes are on one of the most talked about events involving the Eagles' Jalen Carter, the young, talented defensive tackle who's been making waves since he joined the team. And what's happening with him is nothing short of a roller coaster of emotions, controversy, and potential repercussions that could shape the entire Eagles season. So, it all started during the game, a moment that initially looked like just a heated exchange. Carter was ejected after an incident where he spat on Dak Prescott, the Cowboys quarterback. Now, for any NFL player, especially someone as promising as Carter, that's a serious act of disrespect, and under league rules, a clear violation. But what's really caught everyone's attention is the recent revelation from NFL insider Mike Florio, who dropped a bombshell. The league office is seriously considering additional punishment for Carter that could keep him sidelined for multiple games. And let me tell you, this isn't just a slap on the wrist, it's potentially career-altering. It could mean less playing time, less money, and a real hit to the Eagles' defensive plans if Carter is suspended for more than just one game. Here's where it gets even more complicated. Recent footage leaked in the past few days shows something that has fans and analysts alike scratching their heads. It appears that Dak Prescott was the one who actually spit first, which could mean that Carter's reaction might have been provoked or at least misunderstood. But the NFL's official stance has been pretty clear. Carter has been found guilty of the act. That's a big deal because, according to league rules, such acts of violence or disrespect usually lead to some form of discipline, whether it's a fine, a suspension, or both. Now, here's the tricky part. If Prescott's statement is accurate, and he was the one who spit first, then perhaps this whole incident was just a misunderstanding, a moment of heat that spiraled out of control. But NFL officials will not see it that way if Carter's behavior after the incident doesn't reflect genuine remorse or respect for the game. And that's what Florio pointed out. The league is closely monitoring how Carter handles himself after the game. If Carter shows any attitude other than full contrition, the NFL might decide to escalate the punishment, sending a message that disrespect on the field won't be tolerated. This isn't just about a single act of disrespect. Respect has been a theme in NFL offseason discussions, especially with the league emphasizing sportsmanship and proper conduct. And for Carter, a young player with a promising future, the stakes are even higher. If he's seen as disrespectful, it could cost him dearly. Florio mentioned that the league is considering a punishment that could include a 1 or 2 game suspension, coupled with hefty fines. And considering how close the Eagles came to losing that game because of Carter's ejection, the potential for a bigger suspension could be devastating for Philadelphia's defense. Think about it. Carter was ejected before even playing a single snap, effectively serving a 1-game suspension right there. But if the league decides that more discipline is necessary, that could mean missing multiple games, which would be a huge blow for the Eagles, especially considering the importance of interior defensive play. Carter's presence on the field is crucial for stopping the run, pressuring the quarterback, and setting the tone defensively. Without him, the Eagles had to scramble to adapt their defensive strategy, and that's never easy against explosive offenses like the Cowboys. And let's be honest, Eagles fans, you saw what happened on that game day. Carter's absence forced the team to reshuffle their line, to rely on different players stepping up in a position they're not used to. The defensive line rotation was thrown off, and the interior linemen had to play more snaps than usual. Now, imagine if Carter was available, he could have been a game changer, maybe even trying to intercept that spike or make a crucial stop. Instead, the Cowboys took advantage of the situation, managed to score 20 points, and ultimately won 24-20. And while that's a loss in the standings, It's also a lesson about how much one moment can impact the entire team's performance. But here's what's really interesting. If the NFL moves forward with a suspension longer than one game, the Eagles are going to face a serious setback. They're already dealing with the challenge of integrating new defensive schemes and rotations early in the season. Losing Carter for multiple games means the team has to find new ways to clog running lanes, pressure Prescott, and maintain their defensive integrity. The Cowboys showed that even without Carter, they could put up points and make life difficult for the Eagles' defense. That game also highlighted how vital Carter is to the Eagles' success. His ability to disrupt plays, collapse the pocket, and contribute to stopping the run are all key ingredients in Philadelphia's defensive recipe. Without him, the defense looked a bit out of sync, and the Cowboys exploited those gaps. Prescott had more time in the pocket than he should have, and the Cowboys' offensive line was able to focus their blocking on other interior players, knowing Carter wasn't on the field. That's the kind of impact a single suspension can have on a team that's still trying to find its rhythm in this early part of the season. Now, considering Carter's age and potential, it's crucial to understand that his reactions and behavior after the incident will heavily influence what the league decides. If he shows genuine remorse, apologizes, and demonstrates respect moving forward, there's a chance the NFL might opt for a lighter punishment, maybe just a fine. But if he brushes off the incident or displays any sign of disrespect, a longer suspension becomes more likely. And that's why this situation is so pivotal for the Eagles. It's not just about one game, but about setting a precedent for how the league enforces respect and discipline. In the bigger picture, this incident also sparks a broader conversation about player conduct, respect on the field, and how young stars like Carter are being scrutinized early in their careers. The NFL continues to tighten its rules, emphasizing sportsmanship, and it's clear that acts of disrespect, like spitting or any form of violence, are no longer tolerated without serious consequences. This is about protecting the integrity of the game and ensuring that players understand the importance of respect, both for opponents and the sport itself. For the Eagles, this is a testing moment. Carter's response after this incident, his attitude, and how he handles the aftermath will not only influence his future but also the team's prospects this season. If he can turn this around, show maturity, and learn from it, he could come out stronger, more disciplined, and even more integral to Philadelphia's defense. But if he falters, the consequences could be severe, and the Eagles will have to find alternative ways to fill that critical interior spot, possibly putting more pressure on other young players to step up. So, Eagles fans, it's a story that's still unfolding. It's about discipline, respect, and the future of one of the most promising young talents in the league. It's a reminder that in the NFL, every action has consequences, and the way players respond to adversity often defines their careers. Keep your eyes on Carter, on the league's final decision, and on how the Eagles respond to this challenge. Because this season is shaping up to be one of the most interesting yet, and moments like these will be remembered for years to come. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. This story isn't over yet, and the best is yet to come. Thanks for sticking with us, and as always, go Birds.